If the rain came down, tell me, do you grab an umbrella?
I pledge allegiance
or would you
to
just
the
say
flag.
skip it and battle the bad weather?
I was born
from a
deaf
city
and
where the people
colorblind
just wish
player.
they had
If Willie Lynch were to find me on this stage,
Lavender body fragrance is the greatest tasting temptation. It drips from her lips to
Jesus. I just want to be
Everything else
someone
is fair. God will give me heaven.
not implying that I'd be perfect, but just a better half of his reflection. An investment
This is a race.
that the time he paid for.
That's why the color of my skin has been passed on like black batons clinched into the palms of my ancestors for generations and generations have been running.
as if
And
God
I'm
on
really
my
direction
go missing me, I'd be looking, filling both of our prescriptions.
How do you seizing men and foaming mouths and tame rabid hearts to turn to confuse opaque souls to make
the invisible strands of my intellect and personality.
And that's a sin I will spend the rest of my existence atoning for, committing sin against the very character of God, paraphrased on the one of his
Through ink, I let my soul bleed and cover the empty spaces that no one else can see.
How every trick of
Darling, you do
life
things to me that I could never imagine.
How every time we choose to reign over the stage we pour, cascading as a tsunami that knows no bounds, we flood.
Welcome to the golden age.
I still fight the demons that killed my daddy. And I be holding conversations with the women that made him lose his lady, and yo, it's crazy. Cause I've been seeing his face in the mirror lately, and I grew out this hair for 3 years just to say I don't look like that nigga, and I wear a nice suit just so y'all can't compare our figures, but I guess curly hair and slacks don't change the fact that I'm my father's son. And my biggest fear is that the apple didn't fall far enough away from the apple tree. And my biggest fear is that the apple is sitting right next to those weak roots that couldn't stay grounded and forced him to commit adultery. And I better not ever do what he did to my mama.
I remember the very day my mom was on the phone, and at that time, I guess she started realizing that, you know, he really wasn't there that often. So she called him up one day. She was like, "Where are you? Why aren't you here?" And he said, you know, "I'm down working overtime." And it was me, both of my sisters, and my mom all inside the kitchen, the dining room, right? And she heard a voice in the background, and she was like, "Who's that?" And my dad said, "My girlfriend." You know, and I thought he was joking, but my mother took it very seriously. And she whipped up one of the chairs and she threw it across the room. She was utterly heartbroken. But I'll say that it has made her a very, very strong woman, strong-willed, and just she has so much faith, you know. Even in the days where, you know, there's no money for the bills, you know, she still relies on God. And I think that faith has just trickled down into me and my sisters, because, you know, if God can get her out of that, with 3 kids, living in a house she can't afford after her husband just left her, you know, surely he can, you know, keep us the rest of our lives, you know. My fear is that even throughout all of that, I'm still gonna wind up becoming another bad apple tree, just like my dad. You know, through all of the lectures, through all of the shaping that my mom has done, that in the end of the day, I come from the same seed, so I'm gonna end up just like him.
She didn't waste almost 20 years raising me just so I could fail her. And I've never been in jail. I had to feel the weight of a bullet in my shoulder. I've never had to say a quick prayer and throw my wallet as the cop reached for his holster. But yo, isn't it crazy? Because I'm still just a nigga, a statistic. They just want to see which one of us is gonna pull the trigger.
Looking back, it was always on me to, you know, learn how to tie a tie, you know, learn how to tie a bow tie. How to change my oil, how to fix a flat, you know, just these tools of manhood. You know, I had to go and find them on my own. I didn't have a mentor. But I'm not gonna say that's all bad, because, you know, I got to personally, you know, look for what makes me a man. I didn't have anyone tell me what makes me a man. And, you know, in the future, when I have a son, I'm gonna, you know, be able to, you know, teach him those same things, those same qualities. So.
And I refuse to be just another self-conscious monster in these streets playing the blame game while bound to a heartless gold digger. Because as much as I'm not my father, I'm not his generational curses. Thank you.